What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Introvertedly Me, Kiarah Michelle. Now that I got over my initial cringe of discussing dating and relationships and what goes on in them, I think I'm finally ready to really start talking about it more so that I can help you guys out. You guys can help me out because that is what this is all about. Jump right into it. We're going to talk about gaslighting. I am so out of touch that I have seen it on my timeline multiple times, signs to know that you're being gaslighted, what to do, how to move on from it, how to deal with it. But I've always ignored it just because I don't know what gaslighting means. So, according to Google, gaslighting is being manipulated, or when someone is manipulating you using psychological means into questioning their own sanity. And so I know girls, we feel like guys are out here manipulating. So I know girls feel that guys do it more. But what's interesting is in my YouTube prep for this, on my Instagram, and I did one of those poll questions on my story, and I was like, define the term gaslighting. Here's what was shocking. One female responded, and the rest were guys. And you know why? I feel that guys responded the most because they understand what gaslighting is, because they're the ones doing gaslighting the most. That's just my opinion. And so that leads me to my video question. Who gaslights more, guys or girls? So feel free to DM me on Instagram or comment on this video and let me know your opinions of who gaslights more, guys or girls. Now, I'm going to read two guys who responded to my Instagram on their take on what gaslighting is. The first one said, when someone is making you the problem instead of acknowledging the actual one. Fair enough, which is what guys do. They will somehow twist a female's words and make them think they're the problem. So I want to say one plain example is if a girl is upset that a guy isn't spending too much time with her, the guy will then be like, oh, it's because you're clingy, you're annoying, you're this. Not just because avoiding the issue is that he just doesn't want to. So instead of saying he just doesn't want to, he's going to blame it on the girl and make her feel bad about herself and make her the reason of why he doesn't want to hang out with her. So that's just a small example. Another guy on Instagram responded saying, gaslighting is someone who is manipulating you, just like Google. He or she is manipulating you to make your reality seem fake or distorted, which again is like the guy or the girl telling you X, Y, and Z when the issue is really A, B, and C. When the issues is something so simple as just communicating. When the issue could just be, telling the truth or not. There's so many different things that those issues could be or derived from. And so that's what gaslighting just, it made me think about so many different things. It made me think about what you guys do when you get into arguments. I know when I get into arguments, first, I don't like to argue. I just want to have a nice, simple conversation with you. We can get it resolved, get everything we need to get out, and just move on. I don't like arguing because arguing takes people out of character. It takes people out of character and forget what they want to say. And I feel like that happens to females a lot when they get into situations, because then it's when we get home and we replay the whole situation in our head. It's like, oh, I could have said this, I could have said this, I could have said this, to what the real issue was. But you didn't say that because the guy said something to make you completely forget what you were going to do. And that's where gaslighting comes in for me. I think I've ever been gaslighted except for once where I got told I was crazy and overprotective, which I truly don't think those were the issues at hand. Called crazy and overprotective for not being okay with a guy I was dating. We were in a committed relationship. I was not okay with him sharing a straw with someone that wasn't me. I wasn't okay with it because one, you're spreading germs. One, she's not me. She's a random girl you're not dating. Why is she drinking on the same straw as you? I don't think that was being crazy and overprotective. I think what was beginning to happen, the real issues that we never seemed to discuss, because he was too busy telling me I was crazy, the real issues is just that he now wanted to, be close to her. He now really didn't have any interest in me, so instead of just saying those things, he made me feel like the bad guy. That is gaslighting. So when arguments happen, I'm just like, no, we're not going to do this whole yelling back and forth. You call me this, I call you that. We're not going to do that. We're going to talk about this. We're going to sit till it's resolved in a calming voice and explain what's been going on. That's what we're going to do when arguments happen. And so that's what I should suggest should happen for you guys as well. When arguments happen, is it a fight or is it not a fight? But how long will you argue? How long will you fight? I suggest if it lasts longer than a day, let it go. I don't think fights need to happen long in the day, because then it drains your soul mentally, physically, and you just can't do anything else. And again, your mental health, you should still be able to get out of bed every day regardless of what's happening with you and that person. So if you're being drained from this fight, let it go. My last main point, gaslighting comes in with pride. The guy or the girl is going to make you feel bad because they don't want to be the ones wrong. They don't want to be the ones to be like, oh, I messed up. I'm the butthole. They don't want to do that at all. I have a question written down here, says, why do people gaslight? And I'm like, people gaslight for their pride. They don't want to be the ones wrong. They don't want to be the ones called messed up or with the bad reputation. They don't want to do that. They refuse to do that. Their pride gets in the way. Then another question, is being the right person that important? Is being the right one in an argument that important? I think if it's not important, great. And it shouldn't be important. Being right shouldn't be important. What should be important is you solving your situation with the person you're dating, with the person you're in a relationship with. Oh, I feel like I just touched people's souls there. Yes, being the right person should not be important. Gaslighting should never come into play. Ever. Guys, I'm serious. Let me wink towards you guys. Get the hint. You being right is not that important, guys. Swallow your pride. Acknowledge the real issue. Stop the gaslighting. Stop. I find it's hilarious. Gaslighting, I thought, was like a pop term that I'll have to go to Urban Dictionary for. So the fact that I could get a definition from Google, that was hilarious. So, don't gaslight, guys. And that's all I have for you today. Bye. It's